So I don't really get too much in the Hollywood biz, but this is suspect as hell. Because I'm sitting here and I see this headline goes across that Gal Gadot receives a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. If you're not familiar with Gal Gadot, she's also known as Wonder Woman. That's what most people know her from. She was in the DC Wonder Woman movie and she played Wonder Woman. You can see her receiving that star here. And this caused a lot of controversy, folks. Got to mute because of the music there. But there she is receiving her star. Yeah, just very happy she is there, of course. Star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Now, yeah, fam. So when I saw this, I said, I have questions. Because here's the thing. There are actors in Hollywood who are phenomenal, have won awards, numerous awards, Screen Actors Guild Awards, have won Oscars, Golden Globes, etc., and have been a part of the business for years. And it took them 20 years to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But Gal Gadot, who most people only know her from Wonder Woman, all of a sudden this quickly gets a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And nobody thinks that this is suspect. There are people who have never been nominated. But she just comes out of nowhere and all of a sudden gets this star. And I had this theory about this. I believe that Gal Gadot was given this star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame as a nod to Israel and the Zionist agenda. Because Gal Gadot was an IDF soldier. Gal Gadot comes out heavily in support of Israel, especially after October 7th. She does not have any empathy or sympathy for the Palestinian kids that have been killed. She's been very vocal about this. And I feel like this was their way of, let us give you something, right? People have been protesting against Gal Gadot. People have been boycotting her work ever since they found out who she really was. When the movie Wonder Woman came out, a lot of people were like, hey, go see Wonder Woman. She did a really great job. You know, we don't know who this woman is. She's new on the scene, but go see Wonder Woman. She did a great job. And at that time, I think a lot of people didn't really know too much about her beliefs or her backgrounds. And we're like, okay, yeah, that's probably a good DC movie when you compare them to the other DC movies, like the Ben Affleck Batman. Get out of here. Ben, go, bye. No more superhero for Ben, okay? You didn't do well with Daredevil. I don't know why they gave you another chance. But it just is what it is. Marvel is known for having the best superhero movies, not DC too much. Not too much. But then after October 7th, people started to see who Gal Gadot really was. After October 7th, people were like, whoa, this woman is crazy. Wonder Woman is a little nutso. Wonder Woman has no sympathy for all these kids that have been killed in Israel. Wonder Woman is not cool. We need to get away from Wonder Woman. She a little psycho, a little nutso. Little psycho, a little nutso. And so when she received that star, there were protesters who did disrupt. And you know what? You can't get mad at them. You can't get mad at them. That's their right. This woman was standing up for the right for the IDF to continue to go in there and kill more kids. She was standing up for that. So the protesters met her at the star.
Gal right here? Oh, you're right.
One part we want to go back to right about here. See this sign? It says no other land won an Oscar. That's another point that I want to bring up. No other land, which is about the occupation in the West Bank, won an Oscar. A Palestinian and an Israeli who came together and made that film won an Academy Award. And it's almost as if the industry's response to that is let us give an Israeli a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, so that more attention will be focused on that and not on No Other Land. By the way, you can't even watch No Other Land in the United States. But you can continue to watch her horrible ass acting in the other movies that she's part of that you probably have not heard of. This woman is known for Wonder Woman, and that's pretty much it. But she gets a star on the Walk of Fame just like that, after it took other people years. So yes, the protesters were there.
Gal right here. Oh, you're right.
We need to boycott everything that is related to Israel, including arts and culture. This person should not be getting a star on the Walk of Fame.
And I'm going to tell you guys something about boycotting everything with Israel, including arts and culture. The new Captain America movie did not do well at the box office. And some people think it's because Anthony Mackie is playing Captain America and not Chris Evans. But I believe part of it was due to the protest. There were people protesting against the new Captain America movie because one of the actors in that movie is Israeli. And apparently from the Marvel comic book series, there was an Israeli superhero who apparently the superhero was going around killing what they were calling terrorists, but it was really Palestinian people. And that character in the movie is a part of intelligence, works with intelligence, and is also a superhero. So I think that did not help the movie. Some people may not have wanted to see Anthony Mackie as Captain America, but I really kind of think those protests against the Israeli superhero also didn't help it. So people have been boycotting against even Marvel. She was in a Maxim magazine that was featuring Israeli female soldiers. He's spoken up in support of Israeli military operations.
A worst time for anti-Semitism in our lifetimes. But we should feel safer knowing that the ADL has our backs. So thank you, ADL, for the work that you do for all of us. To all the young women out there, the young people,
They said Snow White supports genocide.
especially young girls watching, if a girl from Rosh Hashanah can get a star at the Hollywood Boulevard, anything is possible.
It's interesting because she says that in a sense to make it seem like, Jesus Christ. I told you guys before about the idea of minority, right? She makes it seem like, oh, it's virtually impossible for that to happen for someone like her, but it's not. So playing into that minority status when in actuality, you're not in a position of oppression. And I want to show you this because I want to make a comparison. I'm going to show you an actress who's phenomenal, has won a number of awards, started acting in the 80s. Do you want to know when they received a star on the Walk of Fame? Did you know Angela Bassett got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in March of 2008? Angela Bassett. What's love got to do with it, Angela? Angela, who was Ricky's mom in Boys in the Hood. Angela Bassett, who's probably, I still think to this day, one of the best actresses out there. She started acting in the 80s. She received her star in 2008, which means it took her at least 20 years to get one. You know what I'm saying? But Gal Gadot just gets one just like that. Most people can only name that one movie, Wonder Woman. What did I tell you before about the minority status. This is what I was trying to explain to people. That term minority, that includes a lot of people. And for Black people, we do not have the organizations and the power. We don't have that. We don't have those types of organizations. We don't have lobby interest groups like that. We don't have it. But the Zionist regime does. And you'll see here as well, this is another thing that I wanted to show you. I want to show you what she said, because this is one of the things, like, I do not understand how anyone can applaud this woman. Gal Gadot says, I had to speak up after October 7 and advocate for the hostages. I could not be silent. I was shocked by the amount of hate, by the amount of how much people think they know when they actually have no idea, and also by the media is not fair many times. The media was 100% on the side of Israel. Lie number one. So I had to speak up. I'm not a hater. I'm a grandchild of a Holocaust survivor who came to Israel and established his family from scratch after his entire family was erased in Auschwitz. And on the other side of my family, I'm 8th generation Israeli. I'm an indigenous person to Israel. She is not. I'll show you that in a second. 8th generation. Oh my God. I'm all about humanity. And I felt like I had to advocate for the hostages. When your compass is clear, your conscience is clean. I know what I'm advocating for, and I know what I wish for the world. I am praying for better days for all. I want everybody to have a good life and prosperity and the ability to raise their children in a safe environment. That was the statement that she gave to Variety magazine, right? She wants everybody to have that opportunity, but that's also a lie. She doesn't want Palestinians to have that opportunity. So let's just debunk Miss 8th generation, shall we? Okay. First of all, check this out. We're going to pull this up. And yes, it's Wikipedia, but y'all be all right. You guys will be okay. Right? So let's go to the background. Because you guys know I was going to do this, right? You know I was going to do this. So it says she was born in 1985 in Petah Tikva, where she initially lived. She was born to Jewish parents of Ashkenazi descent. Her mother's roots are Czech and Polish, while her father's are Austrian, Russian, and German. Mother's roots are Czech and Polish, while the fathers are Austrian, Russian, and German. Does that sound indigenous to that land to you? Let's continue. See, I think people stupid. Her parents, Michael, an engineer, and Irit, a physical education teacher, it says here they Hebrewized their surname from Greenstein to Gadot before her birth. In Hebrew, her first name means wave, and her surname translates to riverbanks. She has a younger sister, Dana. So the family changed the name. Her name was Greenstein. They changed it to Gadot. This is very common practice. What I was telling you, a lot of the people who are settlers in Israel, they changed their name to something that sounds a little bit more indigenous to make it seem like they're indigenous to the land, and they're not. Same thing with Benjamin Netanyahu. We know Netanyahu's not his last name. Benjamin Malachowski, he changed his name to make it sound like he's indigenous to the land. A lot of them are not. So her family, they were settlers. Let's go on a little bit more here, but she's indigenous, right? According to her. Her father is 6th generation Sabra, and one of his ancestors was the first chemist at Sher Zedek Hospital in Jerusalem, while her mother is 1st generation Sabra and the daughter of Holocaust survivors. Her maternal grandfather, Abraham Weiss, was born as Adolf Weiss in Czechoslovakia. Do I need to go on? So this is what they try to do, right? So you guys know she served with the IDF, and it's not like she has regret about that. She's proud of it. Doesn't care what about these kids, the Palestinian kids that have been killed. But she plays forever victim. And that's what I was saying before. And then you'll see this here as well. People were sharing it on X too. Her parents changed their name from Greenstein to Gadot. She was Gal Greenstein. Gadot also reveals in the video that her parents changed their last name from Greenstein to Gadot. That was in the interview with her and Jimmy Kimmel. So I wasn't born last night. All these lies are going to be exposed, okay? I wasn't born last night. In the words of Cat Williams, her lies are also being exposed. She's out here telling people she's indigenous to the land. You're not. You're not. These are lies. Out here playing like you're forever the victim. It's absurd and it's insane. And I believe she got that star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame as a slap in the face to No Other Land, winning that Oscar. And also, I feel like that was a call from the Zionists, basically giving a thumbs up towards her for standing by Israel, and also just a message from Zionism altogether. That's what I believe that was. And that's why I believe she got that star. And I don't think that she deserves that star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You're not a great actress. Wonder Woman was a little bit different because it's an action movie and it's a superhero and all that kind of stuff. But it's not like she's a phenomenal actress. So you need to ask yourself this question. How is it that it took Angela Bassett almost 20 years to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but Gal Gadot gets one just like that? Think about it. Hey guys, this was a Sabby clip. If you like what you saw, hit that like button and subscribe.